This is almost the last video, and today we are going to talk about how to express purpose and how to compare using as, and using other ways. First, we have the infinitive of purpose. For example, Dina went to the door to open it. When we use an infinitive of purpose to answer a question, it's very similar to answer it with because. For example, why do you usually use your phone to send messages to my friends?
Other ways to express a purpose. In order to use it with a base form of a verb. For example, listen to the podcast in order to improve my listening. You can also use to or because. For example, I listen to the podcast to improve my listening skills. And I listen to the podcast because I want to improve my listening skills. For use it to express a purpose before a noun phrase or gerund phrase. For example, I stopped there for a chat. This move is for cleaning the floor. Now, pay attention, don't use for before an infinitive of purpose.
Comparison with as. We use as to express similarity. We use an adjective with as to indicate that things are the same or equal. You can also use an adverb to emphasize. For example, the world's biggest ball is as big as a small elephant, or the world's biggest ball is just as big as a small elephant. Use almost when you want to express that two things are similar but not the same. For example, the weather this summer is almost as bad as last year.
To express difference, use not as to indicate how two things are different. Use not quite when the difference is very small. Use not nearly to indicate that there's a big difference. For example, Paris isn't as big as Tokyo. Another example, the second race was not quite as easy as the first one. And the last example, these new shoes are not nearly as comfortable as my old ones. You can use short statements with as when the meaning is clear. For example, the new teacher is great, but the old one was just as good.
Comparisons with adjective as. For example, she is as tall as her brother. Comparative. Use comparative to show how two things are not equal. Use than if the second item is mentioned. For example, my house is larger than hers.
Use superlatives to show how one thing is different from two or more other things. Remember to use the with the superlative. For example, my house is the largest.
Comparison with adverbs. Comparatives. For example, your dog runs faster than Jim's dog.
As. For example, he is good at cooking as his wife. Superlatives. For example, your dog is the fastest one. Thanks for watching. See you next week.